Chronicles of Elyria. What is Chronicles of Elyria? Chronicles of Elyria is an in-development, persistent world role-playing game designed from the ground up to address the many problems and shortcomings in today's conventional MMORPGs. Rather than being grindy and repetitive, Chronicles of Elyria allows players to make meaningful choices about the role they play in the world, and, in turn, their choices have meaningful consequences on those around them. Not just a theme park or sandbox MMO, we define Chronicles of Elyria as an event-driven story MMO, with a gripping narrative that is experienced across multiple in-game lifetimes as your characters are born, age, and die. With a functioning ecosystem, a closed economy with finite resources, and a political system that lets players engage in the dance of dynasties, we believe Chronicles of Elyria is the game MMO players have long been waiting for, a game in which their choices and presence matters in the world. What is Soulbound Studios trying to accomplish with this world? Under their website tab of Vision, we can find some interesting material. For one, the claim that the grind is gone, taking away the ongoing grind of many of the MMOs we play today, with the idea that games would be enjoyable rather than one task leading to another with no end in sight. The team at Soulbound Studios gathered together to begin to create something wonderful. They go on to say, fill your character's days adventuring, sieging, farming, or even governing a town, county, or kingdom. Work toward increasing your family's wealth, power, and prestige. Build up your noble house, and then, in your character's final days, let them sleep the final sleep, while your soul grows young again and is reborn into another character to make their own mark on the world. The team strives to bring a meaningful experience to us all, promising a persistent world that cares about every moment you spend in the game. Boasting of this wonderful, full-of-life world, they bring hope to many who long to play. The team puts the entire world into the hands of the players, the heroes of Elyria. We go on to create the world, the armors, weapons, homes, storage houses, even the economy. The decisions made by the thousands of real-life people will have an impact on the way the world progresses, or digresses. Embracing the character's ability to impact other characters, Chronicles of Elyria continues to bring forth a world ready to be molded. A closed economy, finite resources, non-repeatable quests, and a fully destructible environment means the world is experienced differently for every character. Further on the point of a world actually molded by the players, quests follow you where you go. They do not define your path or your playstyle, story, or even your future. You do. Everything you do has an impact, and everything you do creates another opportunity for your character to evolve and to become what you wish for them to become. Every time you make a decision, a door opens that you have a choice to enter or to close, never to be opened again. Intriguing, but how does one create a game, an MMORPG, that could possibly inculcate such fantasy, ingenuity, and beauty? The 5 design pillars brought to us by the team shed light on just what that is. A world generated or created by a team working on a video game, MMO, or RPG usually has some sort of plan behind it. A world cannot be made without someone to create it. Soulbound Studios is determined to create a dynamic and immersive world for their players. If something in the world can change, whether through player interaction or naturally over time, it probably does. This being said, one of the most fundamental building blocks to the future of Elyria is the heroes it inculcates. Much like in real life, in Chronicles of Elyria, the player must actually be heroic, make a change, take risks, and repeatedly put their character's wealth, prestige, and even life on the line to be considered a true hero. One could be the changer of history, or a lowly farmer for 40 years. That much prestige and fame can only come with greater risks and action on the player's part. These rewards come with substantial effort and frequently with great risks. The most dangerous course of action could result in the opportunity to change the history. The only thing that would stop such a change would be failure. failure is a harsh word, especially if contributed to the player's skill. In Chronicles of Elyria, there is no level cap or best gear option. A player's skill, timing, speed, and strategy makes all the difference. You must dodge, parry, and manage your stamina, not just mashing buttons. There are more to becoming a master in anything than crafting 100 of one thing to attain a certain skill, tree, or level. You must actually become good at the task you wish to accomplish. Skill-based minigames for both non-combat and combat skills mean that for every action the character takes, some degree of player skill is required. When your character succeeds in any task, it's because you honed in your character's skills and your skills to do so at the right precise time. When you succeed, your character will succeed. Establishing a skilled character and even more skilled reflexes of our own is crucial to the story and events. The story engine behind Chronicles of Elyria is controlled by AI, constantly evaluating and re-evaluating the events of the game, the context of the story, and the state of the world to create opportunities for those heroic characters. Actions such as killing another character, amassing too much wealth, and getting lost in the desert brings the AI to life, causing it to spin intricate story arcs specific to you. No two players will experience the same story arc or even the same situation. You must be ready for anything, because when you least expect it, something extraordinary and spectacular will strike. You are the master of your own destiny and of your own story. Create something worthwhile. That's not to say, though, that mundane tasks will be easier. In Chronicles of Elyria, realism is also a point of discussion, but not just realism, the drama of such. Mail, important or unimportant, will be carried by player-ran delivery services. Anything can happen. A carrier taking that important note that was meant only for the king, or maybe the carrier being taken over by bandits and you lose the majority of your wealth. In Chronicles of Elyria, these things can happen, so be wary. Not only your mail will be affected either. Travel is dangerous and should be concerning to the player taking on a long trek. Those wandering too far from home may become lost with no food or water. Handmade maps are the only resource you have for your surroundings other than your eyes. But hey, who doesn't want to get lost every now and again? The dramatic realism can have a positive overtone as well. Players greet you as you enter the world, bringing it to life. As you work together and develop noble houses, increase holdings, create a world of politics, or a town of peace. Everything is possible, and the dramatic realism brings that to the forefront. Activities that seem mundane to us now may become the most thrilling and opportunistic way in the world of Elyria. The world of Elyria is intricate, engaging, and full of life. Take the time to dive into the lore. Learn about everything you can before the development process is finished. Only then can you become attuned and gain the most out of this wonderful world that has been created and being created. The deeper you dive and the more you learn, the more you will love what you find. Everything from the creation of characters to the way the grass and animal life moves only serves to bring more life to an already filled to the brim environment. The more you know about Elyria, the better. You might find something worthwhile as you search. Chronicles of Elyria is not a typical MMORPG, or can even be classified as such. It is a world, a community, a family.
1, 2, 3.
There we go, nailed it. See you guys next time.